Hey everybody. Welcome to Just Talk Live, and we have a special episode today. And it's so good to see my co-host this way, my co-host Destiny, and our friend who has been on here before, on Just Talk Live before, Miss Mel Lowry, who is down there. Welcome to a concert art show hybrid for Youth Rising Coalition. And we're so excited to be partnering with Youth Rising Coalition and the Youth of Baltimore who are going to be here. And before we get started, Mel, just tell us a little bit about Youth Rising Coalition.
Well, for those of you who are just joining Just Talk Live, we don't know where you've been, but we're glad you're here. And who were not around during the General Assembly in June, Youth Rising came out of the initiative of the 224th General Assembly that was in partnership with the Baltimore Presbytery, where we were supposed to be hosting, but kind of there is joy in everything, and it's kind of the joy of COVID, if there could be a joy, is what was supposed to be an in-person marketplace and an assembly turned into a partnership with MICA, the Maryland Institute of Art, to do an online marketplace for 14 to 24-year-olds in Baltimore who have businesses, who have products, who have the entrepreneurial spirit. And so we were able to cast a wider net. And so Youth Rising Coalition is a place for 14 to 24-year-olds in Baltimore City to come and to expand their enterprises, to showcase their talents. And so we are excited to be back on Just Talk Live. We're excited to showcase the young people, the young adults that are on here tonight. And we will be asking for you to support them and also to support Youth Rising Coalition. And so we will have more about how you can donate as we go on. But sit back and enjoy a fun day, a fun evening of listening to what inspires young people of Baltimore to do what they do every day. And so I'm just again excited to be with my brother and sister and to be with you all tonight.
Thanks, Mel. And we're actually going to show a video first. Right?
Yes, that is correctly. We are going to show a video.
We're going to show a video. It's just a little introduction about Youth Rising Coalition. And then after the video, we'll have our first guest. So stay tuned.
I've been grinding since I was in elementary school. It's just a dog eat dog world.
And so being a youth, it's hard to understand what's really available to you. People feel like you need to have money to make money. And like, where would you even get that?
Being young in Baltimore, it's kind of like two sides of a coin, right? You on one end, you have this peer pressure, like the pressure of wanting to be hard, and then, like on the other end, you have your creative part of Baltimore. I'm only 19, but I'm not green, to this. But how I get started as in trying to make a business is, to be honest, not to sound corny, but Youth Rising Coalition.
It's really important to have a support system that helps you when you need it. And so just asking for advice, showing them when I'm working, asking them, what do you think, the critique.
So Youth Rising is a wonderful opportunity where young people in Baltimore City, ages 16 to 24, have come together to lift up the positivity of owning their own business.
And it's with Baltimore, there's so much talent. You know, there's just so much talent that everybody has. You know, me being born and raised here, like I see this.
And so being a youth, I wouldn't necessarily blame ourselves for the lack of resources that we had here in the first place. I think I would remind them that although the coalition is here as an opportunity, it has to start with them. You may not understand right now how important this may be, but if you could take this first step to your journey to success, you can learn a lot about yourself. You can learn a lot about people around you.
But for us to be the youth of the voices, you know, the youth of the youth, you know, it'd be really nice to tell them that there is a place that you can go to, you know, if you want to be great.
If you want to say yes to supporting the economic base for the next generation, then Youth Rising Coalition is now a part of your family. We're asking young people to go to the website and sign up to be a member. We know that there are two types of power. There's power in money, and there's power in people.
Let's try that again. Wow, that was a great video, a great testimony from not only the young people in Baltimore who are starting their journeys to be entrepreneurs, but also Reverend Karen Brown, who is part of this church and who is a person who helps with YRC, Youth Rising Coalition. And I agree totally with the testimony that there is power in people and money. So without further ado, let's bring on our first guest.
Yeah, we're gonna be bringing on Damon, who is an artist. I think also graphic designer. He will tell you more about that. But welcome, Damon, to the show.
Had to unmute myself. Hello. Hi. I'm actually an illustrator more so than a graphic designer, I would say. I would say that I'm both illustrator and a painter at the same time. I stick mainly with digital these days, though.
Nice.
So,
how long have you been doing what you do?
I've been drawing since I was in 3rd grade, so that's like since I was 10, so about 14, 15 years. Yeah. So
That's
I've just
awesome.
been at it for a while.
Yeah. And so go ahead, Destiny. You had a question?
Nope.
Okay. I was going to say, I know Baltimore, but can you share with some folks like where in Baltimore you?
Yeah, I'm actually from West Baltimore. I've lived here all my life. There was a bit of time when I lived in like New York for a bit with my aunt in Queens, but I've all my life, all Baltimore, like Liberty Heights area, near the Mondawmin area.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's where I'm from.
Right.
Yeah, we're just showing your stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. This is Damon's work, and yeah, this is one piece. Maybe you can run us through some of the artwork for this part.
Yeah, so this is actually a really, really old character design that I did about 2 years ago for a comic that is currently in progress. I'm going to stay on the down low about that because I haven't even released it on my like social media or anything like that. But yeah, this is just like early character designs of one of the main characters in the story, which is called Refuge Among the Stars, but I don't want to say any more on that.
So we get like a sneak peek. So
sort of, yeah.
So we're getting like a sneak peek. I like that. All right, here's another one. Is this from the same?
Yeah, another character design. I did this last year for my thesis class at Micah. But I was just another one of the main characters. This one is Ozzy. You can see at the bottom right corner. But yeah, just trying to figure out the characters, you know, just draw them out.
Awesome.
So what's your inspiration?
I do a lot of portrait paintings. I love portrait. I draw my friends a lot. This is one of my friends, Daisy. She lives in Cali, but yeah, it's just I just love I guess people's expressions and like just subtle details that you can get not by I guess how animated someone is, but rather like just the slight things they'll do, like gestures or like their posture or the way they'll look at someone, just something that reflects them without saying anything. I also really I love making character designs as you saw earlier and concept artwork. I'm mainly into comics at the moment though. I've been doing nothing but comics for the past few months because I have one coming on the way.
Okay.
It's just something I just don't want to say too much of because
We
I
got
just
you.
got
We
to
got you.
finish.
Make silent moves and then come out like bam.
Do you
Yeah.
have a release date for your comic?
Currently it's in the air because I'm releasing it on Webtoons, but since I'm gonna be an independent like I guess because on Webtoons you can upload as a freelance,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not trying to put out um a date at this moment. I'm just gonna say it's really, really soon. I just want to throw out there on my social media like it's coming out. Like it could be next week, it could be in two
Just
days. Who
drop it.
knows?
You're just dropping
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
Beyonce. Boom.
That's right.
Yeah, that's smart though. That is
Yeah.
smart. To do that. And this portrait is beautiful
This
too.
is beautiful.
Yeah,
It's so beautiful.
it's my friend Emiliana. She's another artist from Florida, but
Okay.
yeah, we exchange art a lot, and she sent me. I wish I had it. She actually sent me a postcard of a portrait she did. I'm gonna check if it's up here real quick. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Hey,
'Cause I want to kind of show it.
that's how we do it.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Well,
I got
if
it.
oh,
Oh,
I
sorry.
was going to do a pitch for you, but you're back.
Yeah, she actually did this. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she sent
Oh
me this
wow.
last month, and I did a portrait of her in exchange.
Hmm.
So,
That's awesome.
uh, this was an hour-long landscape portrait I did. I think around this time I was just trying to see how fast I could go, and I did all this on one layer, I remember. I don't know if you can see, but there's two characters in the distance at the end of the road. It just I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to convey here. It was just more of me putting, I guess, colors on the page and just seeing where it goes.
And you said this was on one layer and
Yeah,
designing.
yeah,
That's
one
that's
layer and
impressive, everyone.
for Photoshop. Yeah,
Yeah,
Photoshop.
that's awesome.
Usually stick with Photoshop and Illustrator for like my I guess for words and the graphics of my artwork.
Cool.
So if someone wanted to get in touch with you to contact you to, like you say, you're a freelancer to do some work, how was the best way they can reach you or get in contact with you?
Yeah, the best way for me, honestly, is on Instagram. You can see the handle at the bottom is Ditanius_art. Just hit me up in the DMs or my email is also in my Instagram bio, so you can also email me. But yeah, that's how I've been getting most of my work is just people just randomly messaging me or I reach out to them throughout Instagram.
Awesome. And this is another beautiful
Yeah,
portrait
this
here.
it's a really early concept art for the comic that I'm currently working on. I did this earlier this year, right before COVID hit, actually. I this took about 2 or 3 hours, I would say. It's very rough, very gestural. I guess you can say my style is pretty painterly, but everything was done on Photoshop.
Nice.
That's so amazing because it looks like you painted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, I did.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
did. Yeah.
different
Digitally.
medium, you know. Yeah, digitally.
Yeah.
I have a
That's
really big
great.
tablet that I draw on the screen of, so it's
Hmm.
basically the same thing.
Awesome.
This is my friend Leah. He was my roommate earlier this year before I had to move back with my grandparents. And he goes on like really long rants, and I just caught him while he was talking.
Now, do you take a picture first and then go back, or is this all what you kind of see and sketch?
Both. I take pictures, then go back. For my I say for my friends who are obviously out of state, I used I guess, the pictures from the screen. But for Leo, it was kind of like I was just looking at him and painting while he was talking.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great stuff, and we'll put your info back up here, Instagram handle, yeah, and that your stuff is awesome. But I do have one question for you,
Of course.
that we might not have prompted you for, um,
Okay.
because this is a show for young people, and I wonder what you would say to the youth and young people out there who are artists right now. What would you
That
say to them?
that's a tough one because it really depends on where you're from, who you know, and like a lot of art nowadays is it's about you for one. Is you need the drive to be able to make art because if you're not in the school environment, if you're not like if it's not your job and you're trying to look for a job, you need that drive to be able to make the artwork without someone behind your back.
Mm,
Um, I think the most important thing for young artists, especially people who want to be illustrators like me, is to practice as much as possible, but don't overdo it. There's ton of YouTube tutorials. There's ton of servers in Discord, like where just a bunch of artists who are willing to teach young people or anyone for that matter. And and I think for the youth, it's just social media is a really big tool you can use to promote yourself. However, I think try not to let it discourage you and also try not to let it dictate your artwork. I had to learn this last year because a lot of when I was thinking about like pieces I would like post, I would be like, I wonder if this will get like a lot of likes or something like that. And at the end of the day, it's about what you want to do. So
mm.
and connections, connect with artists, like keep it small or big circle, whatever you want. But as long as you have people in your circle, that's big help.
Awesome. Well, we thank you for being with us,
Yeah.
and good luck with the comic.
Thank
It
you.
looks really awesome, and I hope we will see it one of these days. I'm glad we were here for the little preview. We feel
Right.
very honored uh,
Yeah.
So
for
should we
that.
follow you on your Instagram for the drop, or do we need to go to the web cartoon?
Follow me on Instagram for the drop because I will post the link of the webtoons in my Instagram bio, so you can just get it from there.
Nice.
Yeah. All
Awesome.
right. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity to show this.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you,
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to get out of here, so.
We got you. We got you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Wow.
All right. That was, I mean, I am a graphic designer too. And for something to look like it is painted,
Mhm.
like that is hard to do. So that's awesome.
My stick figures look terrible, so I mean, y'all kill me all the time.
All right. So I think we're ready for the next guest, who is also an artist and I think graphic designer as well. Anaya, we will bring on. Welcome.
Hi.
Surprise, you're live. Welcome to the show, Anaya. Yeah, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a graphic designer and I'm an illustrator. I am from Baltimore, Maryland, near Emerson Village. I came from Baltimore Design School from high school. Graduated a graphic designer this year. Now I'm in CCBC, just trying to learn how to spread out my art in a way. That's about it.
Awesome. We're gonna flash up your stuff here.
Mm.
Is this your social media? Is this your Instagram handle?
Yeah.
Awesome. So check out Anaya's stuff on Instagram, and we're gonna share some of your artwork that you can tell us about.
Okay.
Naya, before we get started on your artwork, how did you get connected to Youth Rising Coalition?
I remember, I think I saw a friend from Micah or one of my teachers who is a former Micah student, Megan Harris. Um, she put it out and I saw it, and then I decided to sign up for it and send out my art so I can see if I can. And I also sent it to a bunch of friends that went to the school, any friends from Baltimore, to try to check it out. And that's how I guess it came to here.
Awesome.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, wow.
I made that for a group called Youth Voices Against Consent. We wanted to make posters, and this is also a sticker that we also made, so we can spread awareness that what's going on in between now and that's been going on for a very long time about um, police having, like, if you're under their um, like under their care, they can do whatever they want to you, and this has been like going on for a very long time with that problem. So I decided to make a sticker about that and make like a figure that really can't be defined by gender because it can really happen to anyone.
Mm.
Powerful piece.
Mm.
And I've also made this for Youth Voices for Consent for the road through self care, because for Gen Z, because everything can you can just spend money and call that self care, and like, but it's not only just that. You should just take care of yourself and like take care of yourself in ways that shouldn't have to be with money.
Mm.
And I can't really say a little bit about this because this is going to be multiple artist project with Youth Voices when it comes back because it's on a slippery slope right now. But yeah, I just made
Awesome.
like the cover of it.
You artists are so secretive.
I
Can't get a
know.
release date, can't get sneak peeks on projects. No, I'm just playing.
I made this as a joke between like friends because like one of my teachers tried to say this and I found the meme of it and I decided because they said that it would be like to show like my personality and how I joke about things a lot um for this for this piece. And I just kind of put
Awesome.
myself when I used to have green hair.
Awesome.
So, what would
So
you
what
say
is
is your main inspiration?
My main inspiration is like any cartoon, including like anime, any comic. I always have books like in my room, just like read, reflect from, and try to keep always a sketchbook near me so I can draw out my ideas. Even if like I just wake up to an idea, I'll draw it out. And like I try to also from music too. Like I'll listen to music and I'll think of a character that I really feel like connects to that song. I've made a few characters like that recently, like to um, artist called Oliver Tree and Frank Ocean.
Nice.
awesome? And we'll ask you the same question as we did Damon about what would you say to young artists out there right now?
Um, I say don't let anyone try to say that you can't use your artwork for anything because you really are a piece of art and whatever you make, even if it looks like to some people bad, it's your piece of art and you worked hard for it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like,
that's great.
and keep
It's
practicing.
hard. It's hard. It's hard to put your stuff out there, so that's helpful to hear. Just do it.
Because like I know some parents are like, art is like simple, but it's really not, and you really have to work hard to get like where you want to be. Like I feel comfortable with my art, and like I'm trying to get more comfortable, even though I feel like I'm in the right place. I want to try to work harder to get to a place where I feel most comfortable instead of worrying about like worrying, like Demon said, like worrying like how many likes you get. It's more like what you want instead of what other people really like.
Yeah, awesome. Everybody should know that.
Yeah.
And the likes don't matter on Instagram. Yeah.
Like even if it's like any social media, it depends. It's all on you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, everybody can check out Anaya's stuff right there on the Instagram handle. And thank you so much for your work. And yeah, of course. And we will see you on the social media networks, of course.
Yeah. And I'm soon to announce that soon I'll have a shop soon for my art because I'm starting to make stickers.
Oh, nice!
Congrats! That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Nice. Well, we'll check that out. And next time, if you want to come on, we'll put your shop up here.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, take care. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for coming, Maria.
All right, Mel, it's that time. It's that time to do your thing.
Okay. So we were hoping to have Sister Desiree on here, who did a lot of this promotion. She was one of our youth leaders as we were launching the coalition early this spring and summer. And she's also a student at MICA. And so again, for those of you who just are tuning in, this is the special edition of Just Talk Live with Youth Rising Coalition to continue to raise money for 14 to 24-year-olds in Baltimore City who have the spirit of entrepreneurship, who have businesses, and just a little bit of Baltimore is always in the news. And if you missed the video earlier to kind of hear the young people speak about why they are in business, a lot of it is people come to Baltimore for maybe the harbor, maybe a game or two, but job and finding employment is hard for all ages and if you have degrees. And I tell people, you can kind of move to Atlanta and figure it out. You can kind of move to DC and figure it out, but it's hard to just move and to live in Baltimore and figure it out. You have to be connected. You have to already kind of have a job established. And so a lot of these young adults, they have a passion for what they do, but it's also a way to provide additional income. And so Youth Rising Coalition came together to ask young people, what do they need to help them to succeed? And so your donations, your gifts tonight, and as you can see, the donation is below, helps us to connect young people with universities like MICA. There is a store that is still open that some of our youth leaders have products available, and that is shop.mica, MICA, .edu, and / look for Youth Rising Coalition. You can see all the products from some of our young leaders who are selling there. And any Youth Rising Coalition swag, like Lee has on, I'm pointing at Lee, even though y'all can't see me, goes directly to the coalition. I have on the Destroy Systematic Racism from one of our partner organizations, Youth in Business. Some of the money in the shop goes directly to organizations. Some go directly to the Youth Rising Coalition. And so the 4 priorities that we're helping these young people grow and as they develop are to empower youth networking. You heard Damon say it's about your connections. And so a lot of people, you see they're graphic artists and they kind of have been doing their own thing, but this is a way, this coalition helps other graphic artists get together and see what's going on in the market so that they can better promote themselves. Networking with businesses, with MICA. A lot of young people went to MICA, but didn't really have that business relationship with MICA. And so now they're actually selling at their institution. Marketing and access to markets. That's with brick and mortar or even on the website. Financial support. We're hoping to get financial literacy curriculum. Again, it's hard for young people to get businesses or to get accounts, bank accounts, without parents. And some families are not fiscally minded to just know how to navigate those waters. So having a coalition, having what is number 4 priority, mentors, consultants, people who know and who are in these areas who can help young entrepreneurs navigate these waters. This is what this money does. This is what this coalition is doing. And so we are grateful that you get a little taste of the talent that is in Baltimore tonight. But we're very excited and very grateful that any gift, any donation you give tonight will just touch so many more young people. We couldn't have them all. This Talk Live 365. We'd have to be on here every day, all day, for you to really see the talents and the gifts of the young people in Baltimore. So this is just a sneak preview, but check out the link for donations. Check out the MICA store for products. Follow these young people who are on tonight, and just thank you. Thank you for donating your gifts to the young people of Baltimore and to Youth Rising Coalition.
Awesome.
Thank you, Mel, for not only making the ask, but also inviting people to engage with Youth Rising Coalition, to follow the young adults who are on tonight and to support them. So thank you so much for making the ask and extend the invitation for people to engage. Yeah. Next, we have our next performer, Anaya, who is going to be singing, I believe.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
You look very nice. Face all beat. Nice background. Looking cute.
You know, you know.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself before you perform.
Oh, well, my name's Anaya. I'm 21 years old. I'm from West Baltimore. I'm from the Irvington area. It's like down the street from Emerson Village. Yeah. I'm a singer, songwriter, YouTuber. That's what I do.
How long have you been singing?
Say it again?
How long have you been singing? And
honestly, I can't even give you an age. I just remember singing. So yeah, I have a musical family. So a lot of my family members, like, they play instruments or they're singing or dancing. So it's like in between those.
Are we going to hear an original piece tonight?
Yes, most definitely. I wrote this song about my fiance. So.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we'll get out of your way and let you take it away.
Okay, most definitely. I love the way you smile. I love the way you hold me until the night is gone. Every time I see your face, my world is bright. Every moment you're away, I feel so fine. You're that God, you're not on me, but I can't help to fall so deeply. You let go, you're not on me, but I can't help to fall so deeply. I know this love is true and pure. For sure, for sure, for sure. I can see myself coming back for more. I know. This love is true and pure. For sure, for sure, for sure. I can see myself coming back for more. You make me feel so brand new. Sweet love, sweet kisses, and hugs to the moon. I'm in so deep, the vibe is so real. Thank God I found me, so I can find you. I love you so much. Please tell me so much. I love you so. I can see myself come back for more. I know. I can see myself coming back for more.
Yes.
That was so good.
That was beautiful.
I was backstage jamming.
Yeah, I was like,
You know how you have a good R&B song? You're like, yes.
yeah.
Thank
That
you.
candle on.
Yeah, I saw Destiny dancing in the waiting room.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Yeah, and we'll ask you the same that we asked the other people. What would you say to young performers and artists out there right now, just trying to make it in the industry or in the art world? What would you say to them?
It's really hard. There's gonna be some hard times, but you gotta keep going through. That's the best thing I can say. And always, you gotta believe in yourself. You know, you may want other people to believe in you, but like it starts with yourself. I know it might sound cheesy, but it's the truth. You gotta believe in yourself so you can go the extra mile.
Awesome.
Well, thank you. Do you do bookings? Are you?
Well, I'm trying to. I'm actually starting to get it together. I'm also trying to write songs for other people too. So hopefully, if y'all have any openings, let me know. I'm always here. Like,
yeah.
And I'm also working on an EP, so I'm not gonna say nothing or whatever. I'm sorry.
I'm tired of y'all being so secretive.
I got to. I'm just working on it, and hopefully this is very emotional. I get my inspiration from a lot of things. Like it could be from someone just humming, you know. I could see a couple just walking down the street, someone mad or something like that. That's how I get my inspiration. Always remember to get inspiration from anywhere. You can always get it from somewhere. Don't let nobody tell you nothing.
All right. Now, does your fiance do music too, or?
Yes, he raps.
Okay. All right.
Also, yeah, from one singer and songwriter to another, it is hard, and yeah, you just got to keep on keeping on. And yeah, I live in Nashville, where it's, you know, it's just everybody does it, and so you just have to keep going.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I hope you do keep going. And we flashed your stuff up here. Everybody can see Anaya's Instagram handles and things like that. Go follow her. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate people doing stuff like this because you don't see a lot of this in Baltimore.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Anytime. Yeah, we'll do this. We might do this again. Yeah, and have a part 2. So yeah, we'll invite you on next time.
Okay.
Definitely. All
and
right.
then
Well,
he would drop by then.
Yeah, that's a good way to advertise, though. You just got to
That's
give
right.
people a little bit, and then you got to keep people wanting. Yeah, you got to. That's right. All right. We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. Yeah, that was great.
That
That was
was
wonderful. To see all this, to see all the talent, to see so much going on in Baltimore. And yeah, Mel, did you have? We'll make another. Let's make one more pitch.
one more. Okay.
To the masses out here.
Yeah, I was checking out to make sure Desiree was okay. I know she was coming from work, which is again another thing that these young people go through, are balancing school and their businesses and the jobs that they can find. But you heard it from Anaya. Opportunities like this to showcase are rare in Baltimore, and so we just thank Destiny and Lee for offering this platform. Thank the larger church, the National Presbyterian Church, for their support, and as well as the churches in the Baltimore Presbytery who have been supporting this initiative from the beginning. But we told the young people when we started that we have churches and friends in every neck of the woods. And you heard, not just from Tennessee, but our brothers and sisters that are across the seas and oceans have supported this. And so any gift, any donation to help us to continue to grow and create opportunities, not just on platforms like this, but in Baltimore. And as we know from our own experiences, we know that COVID is impacting so many of us personally, but just think of those who it was even harder before a pandemic to find opportunities. And so again, some of the blessing is a lot of these young people are online, so you can support them directly. They don't have the overhead of a brick and mortar, but your donations, your gifts, big, small, now or in the future, help us to create opportunities for them and to grow along with them. And so thank you for supporting Just Talk Live, and thank you for supporting Youth Rising Coalition with your donations.
Awesome. Thank you, Mel, for for all that you've done for Youth Rising too, and Youth Rising Coalition. And I think it's one of the greatest, one of the best programs that the church has sponsored and helped, and I hope we continue to do so. Through our efforts, and I hope that it really is a space for youth to really be empowered and to grow. But yeah, we are out of guests, and we do have the artwork for our guests, but I think we might save that because I think we should have them here to talk about it. I know one of our guests who couldn't make it, Jerome, had a lot of artwork about voting rights, and we're going to have an episode next week about voting. And so we may ask him to join us on that day to show his artwork, because it does center around voting. But yeah, we'll take the time right now to tell you that next week, October the 27th, we will be having a young adult roundtable about voting, because the election is only 2 weeks away, everyone.
And you cannot destroy systematic racism without going to the polls.
Right. That is the truth. And yeah, it's amazing that it's 2 weeks away. So yeah, it is here, and people are voting now. If you can vote early, vote early. I know in Tennessee the polls are open, and we're breaking records, y'all. People are voting a lot. So we encourage you to do this, and I will invite Destiny to talk about the next thing.
So, as Lee mentioned, next week is going to be our GOTV, Get Out the Vote, with the Young Adult Roundtable. And then the night of election, Lee and I are coming to you live together.
Oh, yeah. We will be together.
Really? Oh, yeah. We will be going live all over the United States with different faith leaders, young adults, politicians from both parties, multiple parties, or non-affiliation, on why they decided to vote. We are also trying to get some first-time voters. So if you are a first-time voter, or if you know a first-time voter who is a faith-oriented person who would like to come on election night, hit us up. Let us know. We would love to hear from them. So stay tuned. We have an awesome lineup coming up for these next 2 weeks. And we are very excited to watch the polls with you, to bring in the votes, to no matter what your party affiliation is, to cry or celebrate with you. We don't decide. We'll let you be the judge.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And Mel over here is going to be joining us that night in a little bit of a roundtable thing to really talk about what's next afterwards. And so that conversation will be shaped around the results, or it'll just be shaped around what we think the results are going to be, because this election is very different. There's going to be a lot of mail-in ballots. There's going to be a little bit of delay.
We won't know.
So we won't know, but we will have a conversation with other young adults that you have seen before. If you were in the Peace USA Week of Action, you saw a group of us young people talking with the co-mods, and that group, many of those members of that group will be back on our show talking about the election and what's next. So that's going to be exciting. And Mel, I'm so glad you're joining.
I love being with you in Destiny. So whenever y'all invite me, I'm here until y'all kick me out.
Yeah, we won't kick you out. We're not going to kick you out. Yeah, at all. But yeah, so we wanted to mention all that's happening within the next 2 weeks. It's really exciting. Go on our social media, all of our social media. So Young Adult Volunteers, Justice Unbound. It's all going to be on there about our voting and election coverage. And just one more pitch, Mel.
All right.
All right.
Well, no, I mean, I'm also, because Desiree, who did a lot of the design for this, just got home. So I was hoping she can jump on right quick so she can show her face and we can give her kudos for rounding up the talent that you saw tonight. But
if she wants to, if she can real quick.
So we'll see. Hopefully she'll jump on, text messages. But as she's jumping on, as the ushers prepare, we will have this time for you to prepare your offering, your gifts, and to donate. You see the link below via the Baltimore Presbytery website. Look for the donate button, and look for Youth Rising Coalition under the general giving for the Presbytery. And again, you got a taste of so much talent in Baltimore. I mean, there are spoken word performers and playwrights and artists and photographers, you name it, that are part of this coalition. People who sell bath and body items. And so just a great coalition of young people who want to better their future, and who have a business, who have found a way to make a financial commitment to their family by using their gifts. So we are, again, thankful for this evening. We are thankful that you have joined us, as always, on Just Talk Live. And we are thankful for your donations to Youth Rising Coalition.
Awesome. Well, we'll definitely at some point have Desiree on. And yeah, we are so grateful for what you do, Mel. And Destiny, it's so good to see you. And as always, and yeah, we'll have to end it right there. Until next time, for next week. Remember, we're going to talk about voting next week because that is a faith issue.
Yes.
And amen. And we're going to be talking about the election, which is also a faith issue. And so until then, we will see you next time, everyone.
Be safe.